Right off the bat, spoilers for the Mario movie. So, the Mario movie had a lot of stuff crammed into it, considering it had kind of a low runtime. Yet me and a lot of others couldn't help but think a lot of stuff was deliberately left out for a potential sequel. So, here's my guess at what a potential sequel could look like. Going off that end credit scene, Yoshi is being teased to be a big part of the sequel. The fact that he is in the real world, or Brooklyn, is probably going to play into the plot of the sequel. So when I was making up the sequel, I had to account that they're probably going to go into the real world in order to meet up with Yoshi. I'm also thinking that Daisy and Wario and Waluigi are going to be in this film. I'll get more into Daisy later after I do the whole plot. But for Wario and Waluigi, sorry, not Luigi, I'm thinking after all of Brooklyn saw Mario and Luigi save them, these two greedy individuals will want to cash in on that fame and try to start their own, like, bootleg Mario Brothers plumbing company. I don't think they'll be major players, but I think they might make, like, a cameo in the background or, like a scene in the real world trying to cash in on that. Bowser Jr. is something I think will happen, because he was nowhere in the original, and with how the Nintendo fanbase just loves all of, like, the Bowser's a good parent situations, I think they would probably love to see that on the big screen. So I think that could be a good reason to save Bowser Jr. for a sequel. Rosalina, I think, could be in the sequel. I'm not too positive about this. If she is, she's not going to play a role in this sequel. She will probably be the end credit scene setting up for a third movie, which will probably be Mario Galaxy themed. Here's how I think Act 1 would go anyways. Princess Peach will need a break from being a princess for so long, and will remember Mario's promise to take her to the real world. Sure, she was able to go there in the original movie, but it was only for the battle against Bowser. She's also really curious about finding her family. So she ends up using Mario and Luigi to venture into the real world to find her family. Maybe Captain Toad too. I'm still not entirely sure what to do with them. Also on their way there, they would encounter Yoshi in the real world, and then that's how he'll join the story. Eventually, somehow, maybe using modern technology, they would be able to locate Peach's family. At this point, I think Peach would start learning about herself, and then discover that she has a sister named Daisy. The two would get along swimmingly, and Daisy might express a little bit of jealousy that Peach is a princess. Meanwhile, back at the Mushroom Kingdom, a Toad, or Captain Toad, not sure, is guarding Bowser's cage when someone sneaks in and frees him. This individual would be no other than Bowser Jr. himself. After son and father terrorize the castle a bit, Bowser learns that Peach and the Mario Brothers are in the real world. Bowser instructs his son to venture into the real world and find Princess Peach and bring her to him while he returns to regather his troops. So the two split ways. Bowser soon finds out that with him gone, Kamek and the rest of the goons are vacationing on a tropical island without his rule, thus leading him to head there. Meanwhile, Bowser Jr. slips into the real world and searches Brooklyn. Soon, he finds the Peach household and finds Daisy trying on one of Peach's dresses. Thus, he's convinced that this is Peach because Bowser didn't do a good job of describing what Peach is besides the fact that she's a princess. Bowser Jr. then swipes Daisy and enters the Mushroom Kingdom again. The Mario Brothers, Yoshi, and Peach give chase, but ultimately lose him. Back at the damaged castle, a Toad explains that Bowser was heading to a tropical island, and thus they all go on a whirlwind adventure to save Daisy. Okay, so I took a lot of creative liberties here, and I really only did an Act 1. But let me explain some of my thoughts going into this. I put a lot of focus on the real world for Act 1, solely because A, the Yoshi egg is there and it's the setup of the sequel, and so they'll have to go and find Yoshi. B, they really glossed over the whole Bowser's Castle coming into the real world thing, so I think it'd be kind of cool to see the fallout of that. Peach's family and its origin is a very interesting thread from the first film that I personally would love to see explored, and I think it would be a great way to introduce Daisy without another, oh, she was lost here as a child and then raised to be a princess by Toads again, because that would be a bit repetitive. Okay, so now, why a tropical island setting and why Bowser Jr.? Let's go to my music theory. We got a lot of references to music from all of the Mario games in the Mario movie, but notably there's no or very little references to Mario Sunshine or Super Mario Land, aka the games that introduced Daisy and Bowser Jr. This reads to me that they are saving these two ideas for a sequel, similarly to how there was very little Boo references in the movie and just a fragment of Luigi's Mansion theme for a second, which makes me think there might be a Luigi's Mansion spin-off somewhere, but that's a bit sidetracking. Yoshi is a key player in Mario World, which is also an island setting. So having some kind of tropical island setting for Bowser and Yoshi in this movie made sense to me. His minions being on vacation just kind of felt funny to me. It's probably a weak motivation to get everyone there, but oh well. Ultimately, I think Peach and Daisy's relationship would probably be the main relation in this movie, but we could throw in an arc of Luigi trying to be brave to rescue the girl of his dreams. And Luigi didn't get to do much in the first movie, so I feel like this would be a good compromise. Anyways, that's what I think the Super Mario Bros. 2 would be like. It's all speculation, so I'm probably going to be off by a lot here. What do you guys want to see in the sequel? Tell me in the comments. Anyway, see ya. Thanks for 1,000 subscribers.